Chelsea Football Club are awake. Chelsea Football Club are eager for Matthias Tel, but it looks like he doesn't want us. But there's a little bit of hope. Furthermore, Joao Felix, your deal depends on one thing. Well, two actually. John Duran and Watkins going either to Saudi Arabia or Arsenal Football Club. Furthermore, Disasi, there's an offer in for you. Cassidy, there's an offer in for you. Deivid Washington, you're going back to Brazil to Santos, the exact same place you started at. And finally, Ben Chilwell, geezer, you ain't playing football this year. Yes, Ben Chilwell's not going on loan. I'm going to explain everything I just mentioned in great detail. You're going to enjoy it, so hit that like button. 1,000 likes basically tells other people you're enjoying it. They should watch it as well. Furthermore, we're literally like 215 away subscribers from 1,000 subscribers this month. So can you hit that like button and subscribe button, because it's the best way to support the channel. Let's get it cracking. Chelsea Football Club, last night I'm sitting on my couch. I released the video and all of a sudden, 3 minutes later, Mr. Fabrizio Romano comes out with the news, and content creators luck, right? You create a video, you release it, and more information comes out. Bam. So I was like, you know what? I'm not going to make a second video. People already have content. Let them eat. Let me wait. Let more information come out, and then we'll understand. So what has happened? Matthias Tel, after 3 games after talking to Vincent Kompany, who gave him reassurances about game time, basically realized I ain't getting no game time here. I need to get out of here. Fabrizio Romano says there are 8 clubs looking for Matthias Tel and are offering service. These vary from loan with an option, loan with an obligation, permanent deal, as well as just a dry loan. Bayern Munich like the player, however, if they can move him, they are open-minded to doing so. Granted. Now, what happened? Well, we already know Chelsea have been chasing this player. This player ranks really highly on the metrics that Chelsea have. They believe this is the next big thing for that left wing or that number 9 position. They are willing to break the bag on it. Big wages, everything. So, what has happened today? Well, today we've got some information that's come out from Germany. Chelsea aren't in the running. Matthias Tel is not interested in that move. The reason he's not interested in the move is actually very simple. Matthias Tel views Chelsea too similar to Bayern Munich. Not in terms of level and stature at this moment in time, but he goes from competing with Musiala, Elise, Gnabry, to all of a sudden leaving there and coming to compete with a new signing in Jadon Sancho, new signing in Neto, Noni Madueke, Estevao and Kendrick Pies coming in the summer, and yet you still have Cole Palmer and Joao Felix who can play in the middle and on the wing. He ain't happy about that, right? He thinks he could go there, get lost in the shuffle, and just be in the exact same position that he left. Firstly, I actually think this is really good work from his agents. However, what we've seen since then is a little bit confusing, because what we've heard since then is Matt Law's come out and said Chelsea, Tottenham, Arsenal and Man United are all interested in the player. There have been Sky sources coming out saying Chelsea are not out the running, the player will still consider it. You've got other people coming out with that Tel wants to go to Manchester United and that is his preference. But we know Manchester United don't have the money unless they get rid of Rashford and Garnacho, or Garnacho, one of the two. So the reality is this is a very, very sticky situation. But what do we know as well? Bayern Munich want Nkunku. So Chelsea will do a deal if it means they can get Nkunku out of the door to get Tel back in. Or they would get Nkunku out the door and maybe get a Garnacho back in. What is this situation going to do? It's going to heat up. Look, we don't know the information now. A lot of people are melting down because, you know, they're not happy that Chelsea want a player and they can't get him. Well, welcome to the real world. You're not going to get every single one of your first target. However, what you can do is be realistic and be honest. I want them to get a genuine attempt to secure him. If you don't get him, it's not the end of the world. Genuinely, this isn't Caicedo 2.0. This isn't Enzo Fernandez where, you know, we all really wanted him. We've chased him all summer. The sporting directors want him. If he doesn't want to come, you can't force somebody to come. This next story heavily revolves around Aston Villa. So Joao Felix is linked with Aston Villa and so is Disasi, right? Fabrizio said there's been an offer that has come in for Joao Felix. For Axel Disasi. It's a loan with salary covered as well as a fee to take him on loan. Beautiful. Yesterday's video, I explained why this is a good deal for Chelsea in a bad situation. The Joao Felix thing, on the other hand, he once again reiterates It's up to Chelsea. Joao Felix isn't pushing for the move. This is more so, if Chelsea can move him, Chelsea will consider it. Aston Villa are huge fans. The next part here, though, in my opinion, is pivotal. And now it's going to become a very Aston Villa news show. And a lot of you are going to say, Alex, what are you doing? But it links directly to the Joao Felix deal. If either one of these don't happen, Joao Felix doesn't happen. If either one of these happen, they're paying serious money to get Joao Felix. So what is going on here? John Duran is linked with a move to Saudi Arabia. Fabrizio's broke it, but L'Equipe broke it first. And this was done 24 hours ago. I couldn't believe it when I read it, but now that Fabrizio's saying it and is keying up, it looks like it is a 70 million euros bid, including the add-on. Duran will be going to Saudi Arabia. The club is unsaid yet. I think it might be Al Nazir because they've got a space. They sell Talisca. And Boniface has agreed as well. It's literally like the Tony and Osimhen thing. You know, if they don't get one, they already have the other one lined up. I think this is going to go straight down to the wire. But Duran is interested. He's willing to go to Saudi Arabia. He's willing to secure the bag. The secret scout dropped a bombshell and said Arsenal want Ollie Watkins. Chelsea fans are having a meltdown about this. I don't understand the meltdown, and I'm going to explain to you why. But apparently Aston Villa rejected a bid. They want 60 million, offer in the 60 million pound region. He's 29 years old. The player wants to leave. So it's one of those situations now. It's getting a little bit sticky. Firstly, Duran going to Saudi Arabia. Before somebody says it in the comments, because I know you're going to, why don't Chelsea bid 70 million euros? The wages, people. Chelsea aren't going to offer the wages that Saudi Arabia is offering. And then it becomes, can we persuade Duran to stay in London rather than go to Saudi Arabia for generational wealth? For me personally, it tells me a lot about where Duran sees his career. And this is a job rather than a passion. Because if this is a passion where you want to be successful and you want to be at the very top level, you're staying in La Liga, Serie A, or the Premier League, right? That's the reality of it. One of the three. But if you're going to Saudi at age 21, you're going for the peace. When it comes to Watkins, he's an Arsenal fan, and I totally understand if he wants to move. However, I don't think Watkins is good enough. I think we can go get him. He's an upgrade on Jackson. I'll give it to you. However, I think in 18 months, we're looking for a new striker. I think people are going to see his flaws. They're going to see he ain't getting those volumes of chances where there's a high line and he's running in behind and he's doing all that madness that he does at the moment at Aston Villa. His link-up play isn't great. So let Arsenal get him. Don't be upset about that. However, both these deals link directly into Joao Felix, and this is what we're going to have to keep tabs on in the coming weeks. In regards to Deivid Washington, you lot all know it. I love this guy. He looks like Thiago Silva. He reminds me of Thiago Silva's son. Like, for me, this kid is absolutely been messed around by Chelsea football. He got acquired. He's been put in a youth system. He's been technically gifted in that youth system. He's been scoring goals. However, physically, he's just not imposing enough. And that has cost him an opportunity to be in the Chelsea team. So the reality is what's happened now is Fabrizio's confirmed it and all the sources in Brazil are saying it. He's going back to Santos on loan. The question arises, have Chelsea learned their lesson? I hope they have, because we've seen moves for Estevao, Pais, as well as Penders, where we've signed them, we left them on loan, as well as Anselmino. We didn't just straight away bring them back. We let them in men's football there, let them develop physically a little bit before they come back. With Deivid Washington, we brought him back, spent nearly 18 months doing nothing, absolutely nothing, apart from playing youth team football that, in my opinion, he's just been wasting his time, and it is what it is. However, we've got him a nice move. Hopefully, this was one of those things where we've learned from it, and in the future, when we invest in younger prospects, we won't be repeating the same mistakes of the past. That's my opinion. A lot of people are not going to like it. They're going to be a bit upset. But it's fine. Drink some cold water. You'll get over it. Bad moves happen. Furthermore, and this is the last one, right? Ben Chilwell looks like he ain't getting an exit out of Chelsea. So Ben Chilwell currently earns 210k a week. Ben Chilwell, in my opinion, is entitled to see out his contract. You gave him it. You were stupid enough to give it to him. So he will decide whether he leaves or not. However, I'm entitled to say Ben Chilwell clearly doesn't want to play football. Like, football isn't the most important thing for him, because if Ben wanted to play football, he'd take a pay cut, or Ben Chilwell would find a club that will subsidize a proportion of his wages. It's not that difficult. He could literally find a club. He is not that useless that someone in the bottom half of the Premier League doesn't want him. Like, he will actually contribute. The problem with Ben is he has to prove that he can stay fit and all the other murmurs around it. So the reality is, looks like we're going to have him on the books for another year. I don't know what the long-term solution is here, because it's a bit messy. It's one of those situations where it's what we're going to deal with Raheem Sterling next year and Disasi. We've got a player on the books. Player doesn't want to leave. Someone doesn't want to pay for him. So how much of a pay cut are you taking? But in this case, no one wants to take him. It's not like, at least with Sterling, Arsenal came in. At least with Disasi, he's got bare offers on loan. No one wants to take Ben Chilwell. So it is what it is. So guys, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, let me know your thoughts. Because the reality is, I'm not having the meltdown that everyone else is over Matel. Should I be? So yeah, peace out, I'm out. Like I said, 215 away from 1,000 people subscribing to the channel this month. I'd greatly appreciate it if you hit that subscribe button. Bye.